The brain is an organ that is the center of the whole nervous system. It is located in the head and is usually close to the sensory organs. The function of the brain is to make a centralized control over the whole organ of the body. The brain has 4 quadrants, which are quadrants A, B, C, and D. Each quadrant has their own characteristics and that shows a person's habits. Quadrant A, also known as the upper or cerebral left brain, focuses on the person's analytical side. This quadrant is concerned with the logical, analytical, fact-based, and quantitative side. Quadrant B, also known as the lower limbic left brain, is focused on the person's practical side. This practical side includes being organized, sequential, planned, and detailed. Quadrant C, also known as the lower or limbic right brain, is concerned with the person's relation. This includes being interpersonal, feeling-based, kinesthetic, and emotional. Quadrant D, also known as the upper or cerebral right brain, is concerned with the experimental side of the person. This includes being holistic, intuitive, integrating, and synthesizing.
By using the HPDI or Hermann Brain Dominance Instrument, people can understand themselves more and thus build healthier and stronger relationships with their colleagues, which may result to improvement in working relationships, more effective communications, stronger collaborations, and higher employee engagement. This assessment tool can help the people see value in themselves. According to our research, the whole brain thinking principles would serve as a framework to continue the leadership education process on self-awareness, communication, engagement, patient satisfaction, and creativity. Using Ned Hermann's 4-stage model of transformation, there are 4 stages in transforming leadership using the whole brain. Stage 1, Foundation. Individuals' assessment of thinking preferences are present in this stage. Stage 2, Application. Specific measures to achieve objectives are addressed in this stage. This is also where consulting your team how to achieve that goal using the entire brain is present. Stage 3, Adoption. This is where individuals participate in seminars or workshops to utilize whole brain thinking to solve a problem or improve a specific process. In the last stage, Transformation, leaders create an environment or culture wherein the whole brain thinking principles are embedded or are deep-rooted in that new environment.
The function of the left rational brain decides the way the world must be and makes sure everything conforms. It helps on deciding what something is, where it came from, and what its usefulness is. This function forms our self-concept of who we are. The left rational brain plans, sorts, and organizes our experiences. When it comes to the left rational brain, you need to reflect and think about if you'd rather be in control or you need to be knowledgeable. If you'd rather be in control, then you're a self-actualizing leader. On the other hand, if you'd rather be knowledgeable, then you're a self-protective leader. A person is a self-actualizing leader when he or she uses structured, disciplined approach without being rigid. This type of leader may empathize on the needs and feelings of others. They listen to the feedback of others and hold themselves accountable for their self-development and behavior. A person is a self-protective leader when he or she keeps moving forward despite issues. They usually make decisions without considering the impact on others. They tend to ignore people that don't perform to their expectations. They may express displeasure and non-appreciation as these types of leaders don't engage relationally.
The function of the right rational brain is to innovate, adapt, and envision. This function discovers meaning and possibilities. It helps on the conceptualization, synthesizes, and information experiences of the brain. In the right rational brain, it's where one decides whether you need to be perceptive or if you need to be recognized. It means you're a self-actualizing visionary, while having the need to be recognized means you're a self-protective visionary. A person is self-actualizing visionary when he or she uses a systematic approach to stay connected with others. They hold their vision despite obstacles or perceptive of others. These types of people set realistic goals for themselves, and they tend to follow sequences and steps to get their vision. A person that is a self-protective visionary when they are not consistent in relationships. They are to identify issues without acting on them immediately. They set unrealistic goals for themselves. They may push to achieve their vision without awareness of the impact.
The function of the left emotional brain is based on the physical sensation of the body. It's what drives us to act, move, and actually do something. It repeats experiences and recreates known sensations. This function may repeat and reproduce activities in specific order. It also seeks to experience things in life, may it be positive or negative emotions. In the left emotional brain, this is where one decides whether to be adventurous and spontaneous or be a stabilizer or secure. If one decides to be adventurous and spontaneous, then that person is a self-actualizing adventurer. On the other hand, if one chooses to be a stabilizer or secure, they're a self-protective adventurer. A person is a self-actualizing adventurer when they consider implications before acting. They use a planning process and adhere to plans. They are realistic about what can be achieved of their goals. They sometimes reflect on mistakes and make corrections to behavior. A person that is a self-protective adventurer may fail to plan or engage employees in a planning process. They are reactive and don't distinguish between urgent and important. They tend to do whatever they like despite other priorities and commitments. They fail to recognize employees' need for goal and feedbacks. They are people who refuse to take responsibility and blame others, which results in failure to meet deadlines and delays.
The functions of the right emotional brain are to relate and bond others through evaluation of experiences. This function helps in maintaining harmony and produce emotions. It also stores and recalls negative emotional memories of a person. In this part of the brain, this is where one contemplates on whether to be an artist, to be creative, or to be a socializer and connected. If one chooses to be an artist and be creative, they're more of a self-actualizing artist. While if one chooses to be a socializer and connected, they're more of a self-protective artist. A person is a self-actualizing artist when they develop a disciplined approach to work. They do not tolerate the poor performance of others. They communicate assertively and stay engaged with the team despite pressure. They are able to approximately express own opinions and may raise contentious issues. A person is a self-protective artist when they don't establish or act from their own authority. They may look on real deficiencies in employee skills. They may sometimes fail to establish objectives and directions for employees. They put supporting employees ahead of their own work. They are able to withhold their opinions unless confident of positive results.
If you think of each of these quadrants as 4 different leaders, imagine how each might approach the leadership process. Or better yet, imagine one leader embracing all of these 4 quadrants. But of course, it's impossible to have such a perfect leader.